Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I would like to share a little bit more information about vegetable tan leather. I will tell you what it is and what are the pros and cons about this type of leather, and also show you some leather items from my collection that are made of vegetable tan leathers. So first of all, I'm sure you have heard about chrome tan, vegetable tan leather if you are into leather goods, and you may wonder what are they. So they are actually made by a vegetable tanning process. So there are two types of process to tan leather. One is chrome tan, so it's using the chemical process, and the other is vegetable tan, so it's using a more natural process. Vegetable tan leather actually has a long history, and people use natural ingredients such as oak, chestnut, and other type of wood or natural materials to tan the leather to give the leather a nice color. And this process is believed to be more natural because all the ingredients used in the tanning process are more natural. However, it would take much longer to tan the leather compared to chrome tan leather. And chrome tan leathers are introduced, this process was introduced more recently in the 1900s. So now you know what is vegetable tan leather. You may wonder what's the benefit or pros and cons about this leather type. So first of all, this is pure, it's a raw vegetable tan leather. So the color is very pale. The pros of this leather is, first of all, it doesn't use harsh chemicals. So you won't get very noticeable chemical scent from this type of leather. It's more natural. Second, the leather will actually patina over time. So right now it's very pale, but as you use this type of leather more, it will develop a patina. It will has a sheen, and the color will darken over time. It will has each piece will have its own characteristics based on the exposure to the sun, the oxidization, the oil from your hands, and if you apply a leather cream, it will also change the color of the leather just from daily use. So some people like that because it gives the leather unique characteristics. The other benefit is this leather is very durable and it will age beautifully over time. The cons of the leather, first of all, the cost will be higher than the chrome tan process because it takes longer. Second, the natural one is untreated, so it's not waterproof. And most of them, even including oil and wax in the process, it will still get scratches or will get marks more easily compared to chrome tan leather. So it will be harder to take care of them. If you are looking to buy a leather goods looks as brand new, and when you first get it, you will not like vegetable tan leather because they do get scratches, they do get marks, water stains fairly easily. So that's a con of the leather. And if you want a leather that can be taken care of easily, chrome tan could be a good option. Also, I noticed a lot of vegetable tan leather that are originally in blue color. As the patina develops, it will change the color, become more green, yellowish. And if you don't like that, you probably want to stay away from vegetable tan leather, especially those blue colored bags. But any brown or like in the brown family, they should age beautifully because of the patina. So even though vegetable tan process is pretty consistent, but even within that family, there are a variation. Depends on whether you would put oil or wax in the leather. So I have 3 pouches from KMN. These are not unique to a KM. You can easily get these 3 type of vegetable tan leather from other places as well. So the most pale one is the untreated. So there's no oil, no wax added in the process. This one is most likely to get stains, scratches, and the color will change more significantly over time. When I touch this leather, it definitely feels more rigid. And can you hear that squeaky sound, that's very unique to vegetable tan leather. Over time, this will soften over time, but right now it's very rigid, very structured right now. And if I wash my hand without drying it and touch the leather, it will get a stain. That's how easily they get marked. This is a rustled from K&M. It is also vegetable tan leather. The difference is for this leather, the base is the raw vegetable tan leather, but they added a wax coat on top. So that's what gives the leather a deeper color. And I believe this particular one has oxidized or has been out a little bit longer, because I purchased other rustled handle from K&M before and the color was much lighter. So this one, I feel it definitely has more exposure to the sun or has been out longer. This one, I can feel, like when I touch it, it doesn't feel as dry as the raw vegetable tan leather. However, it's definitely not moisturized because it doesn't have that much oil or wax infused in the tanning process. Again, this one is still fairly rigid, however, not as rigid as the raw vegetable tan leather. I don't know the supplier of these two leather. The last one is Hornwing English 10 Dublin. So for Dublin, it actually has oil and wax added in the tanning process. So when you first receive it, it already has this darker color. And when I touch it, it feels like skin with added cream, like moisturizing cream. That's how it feels like. It's definitely softer, more pliable, and the leather doesn't feel dry at all. It will continue to develop patina because of the nature of the tanning process, and it will get darker and darker. But this, I would say, of all the three I've showed, this you need to worry the least about, like getting water stain or getting dirt or marks on it, compared to the raw vegetable tan leather and rustled. And I would say eventually the vegetable tan leather will develop patina closer or even darker than the English tan Dublin over time with use. And if you apply leather cream, it will also darker the leather color. So now I have showed 3 types of different vegetable tan leather from the collection. I also want to show you a few bags, or just 2 bags. So this first bag is from Julet Rose. So from the website, they say they source the leather from European countries. This leather, when I first got it, and you can see right now, it is still fairly structured. The bag holds its structure pretty well, but somehow it feels really lightweight and soft, soft to the touch, very smooth, even though still rigid or keep its shape, compared to the ones I got K&M. I believe these are tan in the US, so it could be different tanning process or different natural ingredients used in the tanning process causing the difference. But this leather also feels really good. I have had this for, I would say, about a year and a half, and it definitely gets a lot of scratches and marks easily. But because it's a darker color, you don't really see it. It's not that obvious. The bag I use most often is the WP Standard backpack. I believe this particular one is, I find mixed information. Some people say it's mixed tint, so it's chrome tint and vegetable tint, but some people say it's vegetable tint. However, it's definitely not just chrome tint because it has the vegetable tint feature. When I first got it, it's very rigid. It has that squeaky sound, but now you can see the base would collapse. So it's the same for other type of vegetable leather I show you today. Even though when I got them new, they're very structured, over time they will soften and becomes more pliable and puddle like this. This bag I use the most often. It's about a year and a half old. The best way to show you the patina is looking at comparison of the interior pocket and exterior leather. The interior pocket, because it doesn't get sun exposure and I don't really use it that often, it doesn't really get much patina compared to the outer piece of the leather where it gets sun exposure. I grab it, I touch it all the time. I also applied a moisturizing leather cream on this leather before to um, moisturize the leather and make it less dry, and also help to remove the marks. So you can clearly see how the color change over time. And that's the beauty of vegetable tan leather. So hope this video is helpful. You can see different types of vegetable tan leather and know the pros and cons about this leather. And thanks for watching the video. I will see you next time. Bye.